Hey everyone, I'm Keri Glassman. Welcome to NutritiousLife.com. I'm going to go through what I call a nutritious life because even though I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist and a healthy cooking expert, it's not all about the food. I can't tell you how many times I have told someone who's come into my office, we're not even going to touch what you're eating yet because there are so many other factors in your life that are out of whack that we're not even gonna go for food yet. We're gonna focus on these other factors which will help you lose weight and improve your overall health before we even touch the food. You're probably thinking, yeah, like what? Exercise? I'm not even just talking about exercise. I'm going to get to what these 8 pillars, what I call the 8 pillars of a nutritious life are in a second. But first, I just want you to, before I even tell you what they are, to understand that they work together from a physiological and a behavioral standpoint. What I mean there is they're working on your insides, like your hormones, as well as your behaviors, like coming home and heading straight for the refrigerator. So what are the 8 pillars of nutritious life? Here goes. Drink up, eat empowered, live consciously, love more, nurture yourself, stress less, sleep deep, and sweat often. Let's start with drink up. Our bodies are up to 75% water. When we're not hydrated, we feel really lethargic. One of the main reasons people end up putting their head down on their desk in the afternoon is not because they're just tired and they didn't get sleep. Well, many people don't get sleep, but many times it's not because of lack of sleep. It's just because they're dehydrated. So staying hydrated is going to actually help improve your energy. It's just gonna help you feel better and be more energetic. Also, when you're properly hydrated, your metabolism can be up to 3% higher. So your whole body's just functioning better. You're working at your best. When you're properly hydrated, you're less likely to think you're hungry. So often people think they're hungry and they go to eat, but really they're just thirsty. So the next time you feel a little hungry and you think, wait, I just ate, go pour yourself a big, large glass of water and hydrate. So that's just an example of how drinking up can affect you in so many ways with your eating habits, how you feel, just about the day. So that's why you want to start drinking up. The easiest way to start doing this and keeping track of how much you're drinking is buy yourself a 32-ounce water bottle and fill it twice. There you go, you'll hit 64 ounces. It's just a really easy way to track getting in at least 64 ounces. And another thing I want you to do for drink up is drinking 2 cups of green tea a day. It's another way to get some hydration in as well as getting those great antioxidants found in green tea. Eat empowered. It's so important to think about food in a positive way. So many of us have grown up thinking, oh, I shouldn't eat, I can't eat, or I'm gonna hold out and not eat until later, or oh, it was bad because I ate all that food. We really need to flip the switch with the way we think about eating and think about eating from an empowered place. Don't let the food control you. You're a live, real human being. That food on the plate is just some food on your plate. Do not let it control you. You control it. And it's just a matter of flipping that switch and deciding that you're in control and looking at food from a positive place. I am not one for willpower. When people say, I'm not gonna eat that, I'm not gonna eat that, it's all negative energy. Who wants to think like that? I'm not gonna do that and I'm not gonna do that. All it does is end up making you feel stressed out about not eating that. I'm not gonna have the bread, I'm not gonna have the bread. Instead of feeling empowered and feeling good. And those stress hormones, we'll get to them later. They're no good for your weight or your health either. When you sit down to a meal, I want you to feel in control and empowered. And you should be saying, I can eat this, not I can't have that. So let's just even think about dessert. It should all be about, I can eat these blueberries, not I can't have that chocolate cake. Because what happens there? You start saying, I can't have the cake, I can't have the cake, I can't have the cake. Fine, I'll have the cake. Fine, I'll have just one bite. Oh no, then I'll just eat all of it and I'll never eat again, or I won't even eat a sweet again until tomorrow, or 3 months from now. You don't want to put yourself in that position. You want to be eating from a place of empowerment. So I want you to flip that switch right now and start saying, I can have the salmon and asparagus. I can have the blueberries for dessert. And once you start doing that, you'll realize that, you know what, if you really want that chocolate cake, you'll say it from a place of empowerment. It's not, I can't have it, fine, I'll have it, and then I'll overeat it. It's, I can have that. I just had a great healthy meal. I feel wonderful, I exercised, I've been drinking lots of water. I feel good, and I'm going to and can have that small slice of chocolate cake in control, feeling empowered. And guess what? You'll probably end up only having a couple bites. Live consciously. I mean, hopefully we're always conscious. But when I'm talking about live consciously, I mean, be aware of your environment. The environment we live in can impact our mental and physical health to such a big degree. So I'm not just talking about, the world around us and being conscious of our environment, like being green and all that. Well, although that's all really super important, and I want you to think about, using even, green type of cleaning supplies and even makeup and, obviously eating organic. But I'm not just talking about all of that. I'm talking about just even being conscious of your actual environment right around you. And that could be your bedroom environment, your desk environment at work, your kitchen environment, your refrigerator. All of those things actually can affect your behaviors. Have you ever gotten up in the morning and gone into your closet and said, oh, I have nothing to wear, and it's a really big mess, and you're all of a sudden then you're running late, you can't find something to wear, you're kind of grumpy, and so again, you're running late, your stress level is rising. Even if it's not major stress level is rising, right? So your cortisol, your stress hormone, is increasing. What's that doing for you? That actually causes you to gain weight. Then what might happen from there, you might run out of time to have breakfast. So all of a sudden you don't have breakfast. You get to work, you haven't had breakfast, so your metabolism has started to slow down because you didn't sort of break the fast from the night before and get your metabolism going with breakfast. You are a little bit cranky because you were maybe running late, you started your day stressed, and then maybe you'll end up, indulging in a piece of pizza for lunch because you're over, you're too hungry, you're already in a little bit bad mood, you're not as productive and efficient that morning. That's how all of these different pillars start to work together and affect each other. So just something as simple as cleaning out your refrigerator can help you reduce stress and make better choices. I want you to think about one area of your life that you can maybe declutter. It's a great way to start thinking about living consciously. It could be, a desk drawer. It could be your junk drawer in your kitchen, or where you keep your mail, or your refrigerator. So I'm gonna actually give you this example. Think about going into your fridge and you've been wanting to eat healthy. You go into your fridge and you see, there's some vegetables there. Maybe there's a pepper and a cucumber, but they're kind of in that green bag, all slimy and junky, and you're like, they're looking a little old. You ditch them, and then maybe you go for the leftover, the last few crumbs of pretzels that are in the pantry. Think about having had the peppers and the cucumbers sliced beautifully in a nice glass jar in the fridge, and you open that fridge, what do? You end up eating them versus them, being in the drawer looking kind of like old, or maybe just not even cut up, so you're not motivated to go and cut them at the moment. So just something as simple as keeping your refrigerator clean and organized and pretty can actually make the difference of you having a healthy snack and then actually making you feel good about yourself and maybe even motivating you to go to the gym. Love more. Who doesn't want to love more? Who doesn't want to be loved more? We all love love, and love is healthy for us. It's not only just fun and feels good, but just loving is really healthy for us. Not only does losing weight actually increase your libido, by the way, love, I went right to libido. That doesn't, I don't really know why I just did that. It doesn't have to necessarily go that way. There's lots of types of love. We'll get there in a moment, but I'm gonna stick with the libido thing for a second. Not only does losing weight increase your libido, but we know that even having sex can actually help you lose weight too. When you have sex, you release oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that acts as an antioxidant. So basically, when you're having sex, you're kind of improving your skin. You're definitely improving your health because oxytocin actually is a hormone that's called the love and connection hormone. It makes us feel good. It's important for us to feel good, to release a certain amount of oxytocin. Now, I'm not saying just to go out and have random sex, because someone's definitely gonna make a comment about that. She's saying everybody should just go have sex. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you are in a relationship, you should be focusing on your sex life just like you're focusing on getting to the gym and eating healthy. It is an important part of being a healthy, loving person. Also, you don't have to be in a relationship or having sex to release oxytocin. Even snuggling your pet or taking your dog for a walk, snuggling your child, you can release oxytocin. You can release this calm and connection and feel good hormone. So think about the relationships you're in, the ones that are making you feel good and the ones that are making you feel stressed out. You need to take a look at them, a really good close look at them, and focus on them as a pillar of a nutritious life. Remember, oxytocin acts as an antioxidant. So cuddling, good relationships, they're good for your health. Nurture yourself. Every airline ever says to put the oxygen mask on yourself before helping others, right? There's a reason for that. We need to do that in life. And as cliche, I know it sounds really cliche every time I say that, but people forget to do it, or they don't forget to do it, they don't take the time to do it. It's so hard. So many people out there spend time taking care of everybody else. You need to take care of yourself so you feel good and then can take care of others. But also when you take care of yourself, whether it be a 15-minute massage, whether it be taking a lavender bath, whether it be just even going outside on your lunch break without your phone and just breathing in fresh air. Taking some time for you each day will help you be healthier and happier in every other area of your life. If you are one of those people that never takes care of yourself because you're always taking care of everyone else, I promise you'll take care of everyone else better. Sleep deep. We all love a good night's sleep. Just the same way we love a good meal, because sleep is so important for our health. When we sleep well, we're actually less likely to be obese. We crave healthier food. We feel better and more energetic, so we're more likely to go to the gym, which will help us sleep better that night. Sleep is a huge part of living a nutritious life, and I want you to start practicing good sleep hygiene by just doing one thing starting today. Give yourself a bedtime and try to stick to it just like you would make a kid stick to their bedtime. Stress less. Research shows that 75% of people experience some kind of major stress every 2 weeks. I'm from New York City. I feel like people are stressed every day, not just every 2 weeks. And I think we all are. We all are, even if we're not stressed every day, we all are experiencing way more stress than we should. Stress is terrible for our health. It puts us at risk for everything from obesity to heart disease to high blood pressure to cancer. Stress equals bad for our health. I want you to think about every time that you're stressed, you're actually causing your body to gain weight in your midsection. Also, you're craving the worst types of foods, and you're already more prone to gain weight in your midsection. The worst place, the most dangerous place as far as putting yourself at risk for disease. So what can you do about it? I'm not saying that I can take away all of your stress. It's really hard to manage your stress, but what you can do is start to be a little bit more aware, and there are things you can start doing right now to just sort of take your stress down a notch. So instead of it going like this, like from here to super high and then okay, fine, back down, and then super high and then fine, back down a little bit, you can just keep it a little bit more consistent, is just by doing something really simple, an 8-count breath. Breathe in for a count of 8 and breathe out for a count of 8. Try to do that for even just 4 to 8 minutes a day. You're going to sleep better, you're going to feel better, and you're going to put yourself in a better place for overall health and weight maintenance and or weight loss. And last but not least, sweat often. We all know that sweating, exercise, is an important part of a nutritious life. But it's not just important for weight loss, it's important for our overall health and just feeling good. When we exercise, we release, of course we burn calories, but we also release endorphins. When we release endorphins, we feel better. So why do you think after you exercise, you want to eat a healthier meal? It's not just because I exercised, I shouldn't go blow it on food. It's because you feel better, you feel more inspired, you feel more motivated. So you want to end up eating better. And then, I already mentioned this, when you exercise, you actually are more likely to sleep better that night. And then what happens when you sleep better? You actually crave better food the next day. As far as sweating often goes, I just want you to think about being consistent. So if you're not exercising at all, don't say, I'm gonna start exercising 7 days a week. Be realistic. Maybe you're able to exercise 3 days a week. Start with 3 days and then maybe you'll move up to 4. Or if you're already exercising 4, but you're kind of doing the same thing every day, maybe you start saying, you know what, I'm gonna change it up and I'm gonna add a yoga class to my routine. But be consistent with that. So your goal or your tip right here to improve sweating often is to be super consistent with your workouts. Okay, so now you have a little bit of an idea of how all of these different pillars work together. But here's the thing, you don't have to do all of them perfect all the time. So many people think, oh, I'm starting to eat well, and then I have to also exercise, and I have to sleep well, and I have to drink all my water. You don't have to do everything perfectly all the time. But I also don't want you to throw in the towel. Let's say you go on a trip for work and you are unable to get in your workouts. Maybe you're unable to get in your workouts. That doesn't mean, okay, also I'm not gonna drink water and I'm gonna go back to drinking diet soda, and I'm also not gonna worry about my sleep. And you don't throw in the towel. Keep as many pillars of a nutritious life sort of in order and consistent as possible. And then you'll never have that sort of, I'm totally in a health, mode and I'm doing everything great, and I'm totally like off the wagon from being healthy. All right, I'm gonna start again. I don't want you doing that. I want you living a nutritious life all the time, but that doesn't mean being perfect all the time. It means doing the best you can with all of these different pillars every day. Some days you might sleep great and drink all of your water, but maybe you weren't able to control your food as much. Or maybe one week your exercise is amazing and you're completely consistent, but your sleep was a little bit off. It's okay. Do the best you can with thinking about and taking into account all of these pillars as much as you can, and you are going to live your most nutritious life.